All right, on the dot, 5 minutes on top of the hour. Okay, let's begin. I would really want to have you look at the presentation itself. Um, the title itself is Digital Footprint, so I'm going to talk about your digital footprint as an individual, um, on teaching yourself how to express yourself in the fullest level of how you are as an individual. Because I personally noticed that expressing yourself, everyone has a deep, deep desire on like expressing yourself, that deepest version of you. Like everyone has different states of where it feels comfortable for them, but everyone has a desire upon doing it. So this could be very publicly, but it could also be very privately. So there are multiple layers of, like imagine it being an onion and expressing yourself to yourself first and then to your like intimate relationship and then to a layer above that and then to a layer above that. So this doesn't need to be social media in total, like in public, but it is about expressing yourself. Let me go to the next one. Yeah, a little bit of an introduction about myself. I've collected a couple of words that describe myself as an individual. Um, like I'm currently very proud to actually say that I feel very comfortable with these words. Visionary, driven, growth-oriented, empathic, self-aware, authentic, resilient, holistic, purposeful, innovative, mindful, empowering, connected, strategic, balanced, ambitious, creative thinker, integrity, goal-focused, and legacy-focused. Like in the past year and a half, I've had about more than 500 one-on-one meetings to actually have connection with other people. And like these kind of terms kind of pop up as a result, which is something that I'm very grateful for. And like I know that people would identify myself as these words as well. All right. I just mentioned already about expressing yourself. Neil Donald Walsh, I was listening to the quest, Awaken the Species on Mindvalley. And he said something there that really resonated with me. Like express your true identity in fullness. And this is also in part the digital footprint. So then you have the space to actually share the truest version of yourself, however you feel comfortable with. And I really love this state because this is the underlying idea. It's not really about impressing others, like showing what kind of materialistic gain that you had or what kind of beautiful holiday that you just had. Like this could be an expression of you, but it's not really about impressing others, but it's about being that version of you. Great. Like I'm really going way too fast uh, on top of all of this thing because obviously I've created an presentation right now and to go a little bit further. But as a result, because we are going through this so rapidly, we're going to have some space to actually do some assignments, some workshops to actually help you guys to optimize your own digital footprint. And after the presentation, I will have some space to actually go a little bit deeper to actually say like, this works a little bit better comparison to this one, because I see a lot of contrast. I call this contrast in my YouTube feed, on my Instagram feed, on all of the networks. And I'm like, yeah, it's great that you're promoting yourself, but it's actually not working as well as we might think that it works. So let's get into that a little bit later. But what's the digital footprint? Um, your digital footprint is your overall online presence. So that does include every chat that you send, every post, every picture, like everything that you upload online. So that is your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Reddit, your Discord, like every different platform that you own. This is how people perceive you, how they discover you, how they engage with you, and yeah, how they perceive you. That was the last one. Um, I currently am in a place where I'm not like my real main focus is value creation. Like there is a word kind of created in the previous 10, 15 years that is called the content creator. Like that person who is creating entertainment almost. Like a lot of the YouTubers and a lot of the what is it, Mr. Beast? Like Mr. Beast is actually a content creator. He makes amazing content. And the invitation here, or my main switch, let me say differently, is to switch to uh, value creation. What kind of value can I give my audience that's currently listening to me as an individual? And how can I help their quality of their life further? Like that was my first realization. And then the second one, I was like, yeah, but what is it that I actually want to communicate? Because sometimes it is really about me expressing me on how I live, like how I'm exercising, I'm just living my life, how I'm riding my motorcycle, like just having the fun things, like the experience how it is to be me as an individual. I need to remember to breathe. Mm. All right, let's go one step further. Great. This is also a very important one. Let the digital footprint work for you. What I see with a lot of people who actually want to create content is that they feel like it is an extra job that they need to do. I'm going to like make myself accountable. I need to have um, 3 posts every week on LinkedIn. I need to do this. This is my minimum amount. This is like it creates an extra level of an action, like a job that you need to do. And what if the digital footprint is supporting you in such a way without you needing to support it? And that's a very nice statement. So I personally, I have like, I'm a very creative individual with very creative ideas. Like I see solutions everywhere. In the previous version of me, it was me complaining about why stuff isn't happening. But now currently I like switch that around into, hey, I see opportunities everywhere around me, like possibilities. And all of these ideas came to, okay, but where to actually post this, create this, what to do with it. And then I started like identifying my different platforms and writing down the goals for each platform. So for me personally, I'm going to go a little bit further on the presentation, like writing it down. Um, like my, let me turn off my sound. I'm so sorry. Never say sorry. Um, I see Jason laughing. Um, yeah, for example, if you're interested in how I live my life as an individual, then go follow me on Instagram. If you're interested in deep philosophical thinking, like long format actually thinking, then go to YouTube. If you're interested in a couple of the offers that I'm giving, then check out my website, timgoertz.com. If you want to play a little game with me with chess, then great. Let me join in with chess. So I've identified every platform with a particular level of what do I want to achieve with this platform. So for example, like, sorry, Instagram has a possibility that people follow me without me following them. So that's way different comparison to how it is on Facebook. Facebook is mutual connections. So if I'm following you, then you're also following me because we are creating like friendship. Like that's different comparison to Instagram. And based on these formats, you're going to choose what to do in which platform. I personally see sometimes people promote stuff on their Facebook saying like, hey, here are 3 things to optimize your relationship with your child, for example. I'm like, interesting, but it doesn't apply to me. So I'm unfollowing sometimes people based on that behavior. Because every time that you post something, you need to be mindful or need. Um, I invite you to be mindful upon that person who is currently seeing you. Do they actually need that? And that's a very, yeah, wise thing because we're currently in the world, in the Western world specifically, over flooded with notifications. Like there's a fight for attention. And the invitation that I really want to give you is to think about the attention that you're taking away from someone else. To really be, yeah, structured around that. Because the ideal is not to have 10,000 followers or 100,000 followers for the sake of having 100,000 followers, but the sake is to serve those 10 people that you currently have in your container, or 100 or 1,000, so powerfully that they start talking about you to their friends. Like, and that's a way different mindset of the need to be popular comparison to adding value upon their lives. So let the digital footprint work for you. So pick your goals. Like, what do you want to do? Like, share your experience, how it is to be you, deep philosophical thinking, offering your services. As looking around here in the audience, everyone is like creating a certain service, given a certain service, and you need to have a placeholder like this is where you can actually offer this. This will really optimize everything. And then write down your audience. Often in business, they say pick your niche and go for that one. And what often happens is I'm going to pick my niche and I'm going to publicize that stuff for that niche within my Facebook account. But people don't actually find you there because you don't actually have a mutual connection with that individual just yet. So you need to be very mindful upon, even if you're choosing your niche, where to actually find that properly, if that makes sense. All right, let's go a little bit further. So this is the example where I just was talking about. And this is an example for the public domain. So currently you are able to follow me or to have interaction with me in these different formats. The inner circle, like to actually leave your email address to actually get like one-on-one offers and exclusive updates. The YouTube channel for interviews and like what I mentioned, like value creation. So deep philosophical thinking and mindful productivity, I2EQ concept, and the focus concept. So these are the 3 pillars that I focus myself upon. And then we have Instagram. And Instagram is experiencing my lifestyle. Um, for example, you will not see me promoting my services or my knowledge on my Instagram because all of my friends and beautiful Mind Valley people and beautiful Lifebook people are actually in there. So they don't need to hear about my getting things done system or my, like that's a different group audience. Then my LinkedIn, I don't actually promote 3 steps to create something specifically, but I only promote there my professional achievements. So certification, working together with someone, or achieving that certain revenue goal, or stuff like that. Like the promotion there is way different comparison to the promotion on Instagram. Like I just mentioned, the Facebook is for mutual connections, so that's very limited. And the Discord itself is for. Do you guys see my mouse, by the way? Yes? Okay, great. Um, the Discord is for the AIM community. So actually having that place where people come together to actually discuss the topic itself. And I found that a very useful, fun thing to do. And chess.com, like I just mentioned. Then I have my inner circle, and then working together to apply there to actually create some piece of value somewhere. And I've actually like thought about this whole concept. Like my invitation for all of you guys for this container is to like write down the platforms that you currently use and to choose upon like what do I actually want to achieve with this platform. Like be very conscious about writing stuff down like this. Because that will give you the opportunity to let me catch my breath. Yeah. Like Jason, by the way, if there are any questions in between, like feel free to hop in, ask questions, something like that.
Excellent, will do.
Yeah, thank you. And for everyone who's listening, like feel free to ask questions in the chat. Like I really want to like answer them if you feel like that you have a question. Yeah. So this is the example for the public. I do have also an example for the private. How I express myself in the private version of me. Like in about 2 years ago, I still am, very passionate about a personal knowledge system. So I see Michael here, so as well like within Notion and within like documenting your own livebook sequence or habits sequence or anything else. Like expressing yourself, your own desires, wishes, experiences. I wanted to express myself, but I didn't know where. So that's something where the live book sequence came in quite properly. This is a desire that I had to express myself. And there are some deep, deep stuff in there as well, like private, personal stuff, in such a way that I was like, I need to tell this to someone or I need to reflect upon something. So it's basically a diary in such a way that it's organized and knowledgeable. So I have a place for everything embedded into that one. This is a great starting point just for the beginning. Like for me, my journey, I really started with writing down, let me say it different, like writing my stuff down in a physical book. But I found it very difficult to actually get the information out of here because everything is chronologic. So it makes it difficult to find back. All right. And I do think that we are at the end. So I really want to thank everyone who is here. Like, feel free to reach out. I'm really available for all of you guys, and I'm looking forward to the amazing future. Have a great one. Bye, everyone.